Today on Eagle Nation News, it looks like we have a very heartfelt show in store. First up, there has been a recent influx of animals being dropped off at shelters. Christina Krasnova fetches a story on how we can address this surge. Next up, this little girl's world was turned upside down when she was just 3 years old. Dylan Myers unpacks how she has overcome the unimaginable. And finally, the PHS tennis team is very passionate about what they do. Take a swing at what motivates them with Zane Jahangiri. All this and more on today's edition of Eagle Nation News. Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. I'm Bradson Swick.
And I'm Callie Swick, bringing you this week's news. ENN starts right now. Welcome back, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us again here at Studio 301.
Today is Friday, September 27th.
Bradson, I just have to say this weather this past week has been amazing, with the highs only being in the low 80s.
I totally agree, Callie. It's been so good that I've been taking our dog out for a walk almost every single day. And speaking of dogs, getting a pet is a huge responsibility, and one that needs to be very well thought out. Christina Krasnova explains how recently this idea has actually created significant challenges for one local shelter.
What a rough day. Who doesn't love puppies? If you saw one at the mall, you might even call your parents to get one. But this type of carelessness is leading to an influx of animals at local shelters like Colony Animal Services, especially this time of year, because people aren't asking a crucial question.
How are we going to care for this animal after I graduate high school and move on into college? You can't take that pet with you to your dormitory. Oftentimes, mom and dad are like, that's not our pet, that's yours, and we don't want it. So it's now a 2 or 3 year old dog and nobody wants it, and it has to go back to a shelter.
This surge is not just seasonal. Right now, it's a global issue that is only getting worse.
People are having a hard time buying groceries for their family, gas for their cars to go to work, and they just don't have the extra money to buy dog food and take their dog to a vet.
This shelter hopes to teach people about responsible pet ownership so animals can go and stay at their new home.
The general life of a dog is about 17 years. The general life of a cat is 18 to 19 years. So it's a commitment.
Some people don't want the responsibility or realize they get in over their head. Especially puppies or kittens, when they never had one before and they realize it's just like a baby.
The Colony Animal Services is struggling even more because of their limited resources.
We only have room for 15 dogs technically. We've been at 17 since I started. The lowest we got to was at 9 at one point, but it filled up immediately because we have a waiting list that's sometimes 30, 40 dogs deep.
Mr. Cooper's goals are to use those waiting lists to never euthanize for space and treat these animals like they're his own.
Animals don't have a voice. They depend on us as humans to help care for them. And a lot of people think that just means give them food and water, but there's so much more to that. This is a real problem we have all over the country, and people don't even think about it.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Christina Krasnova.
100% of money raised on their social medias and at events get put towards medical and need-based expenses for these animals. Last year, their medical expenses were $166,000. If you'd like to show your support, check out their Instagram or Facebook, Friends of the Colony Animal Services.
And right here is a great example of what this shelter is doing for the dog families. This is our dog Comet. He was rescued 10 years ago, and look how cute he is.
I agree, Callie. He's so adorable, and it's just great to see that this shelter can save these animals and help them find their forever families. And now taking a turn to new anticipated releases
and Hollywood drama. Stay tuned, Talent Talk is next.
If you're dreaming of becoming a model, this is your chance to make it happen. Sign up to model in the Prosper ISD student-led fashion show on May 1st, 2025. Scan the QR code or see Ms. Sanchez in room 1110 to sign up. OBNY is having an interest meeting for new and returning members today after school. It will explain the meaning of the club, upcoming events, and volunteer hours. If you're interested, come to room 3103 at 4:20 p.m.
From TV drama to YouTube drama and courtroom updates, Hollywood is booming with new releases.
Kathy Ortiz is in studio with more.
Thank you, Kelly. Outer Banks is coming out with the season 4, part 1 on October 10th and part 2 November 7th, so don't watch it all at once. Tatum by Netflix quotes, "Biggest season yet. This season has claimed to be more action-packed than before with a new adventure. All major actors will be returning for their roles, like Madison Bailey, who plays Kiara, and Jonathan Davis playing Pope. After a major victory in the season 3 finale, Fans are excited for the new season. Let's take a look.
We finally did it. We finally found the gold. That's where the story should have ended. But really, it was just the beginning.
I myself have not watched Outer Banks, but after this trailer, I might start. Switching from TV drama to YouTube drama, the worldwide known Mr. Beast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, has been sued due to major safety concerns on the set of his new TV show being made by Amazon called Beast Games, where 1,000 contestants compete through vigorous challenges to win $5 million. Rosanna Pansino, another YouTube creator, has not stayed quiet. See for yourself.
There were several hospitalizations. So I'm going to stop right here to give a little bit of context. The local hospital that took patients from the Beast Games described it as a pretty chaotic scene. I've also talked to at least 100 contestants. Some of the injuries described to me, I would definitely describe as serious.
Personally, I don't think she's exaggerating. Another statement wrote about the lack of necessities like food, feminine products, or needed medications. She posted many other YouTube videos on her platform on this matter with testaments of contestants that are insane. I'm shocked that Rosanna is even involved in this because, in my opinion, she is one of the most genuine and nicest YouTubers out there and would normally never get involved with viral matters like this. On a more devastating topic, beloved Maggie Smith has passed away this morning at 6:30 a.m. She played Minerva McGonagall in Harry Potter films. She passed due to the old age and Graves' disease at 89 years old. She passed peacefully in a hospital in London. To wrap up, Diddy's case is still ongoing, but Netflix has surprised people. They have announced that they will be releasing a docuseries on Diddy's case. The premiere has not been released, nor has the trailer, so we'll just have to wait for now. What do you guys think about all this drama back at the desk?
I don't know about you, Callie, but I am definitely going to have to give that documentary a watch because this whole case is just very strange for me and a lot of people as well.
Me too. Seeing that a ton of people have been hearing all about it all over social media and TikTok, and I bet many of them just want to know the full story like I do.
Now, with some local news about a new project, Maddie Keb is on scene to sketch up some plans for a development coming to Prosper.
Thanks, Bradson. As Prosper paints a road for our future, the Town Council earlier this month met to approve zone changes for the first phase of the Prosper Arts District. The project spans 35 acres here at the northwest corner of Dallas Parkway and Prosper Trail. The district could create more than 400 full-time jobs and over $1 billion in economic impact over time. The first phase is expected to be delivered by late 2026 and will involve infrastructure including a planned water feature that flows through the project, a sports-focused hotel, a parking garage, and retail spaces. This won't include an art gallery, but there will still be plenty of artistic features throughout the development. With a total of 4 phases planned, I know me personally, I'm excited to see this area come to life, but what do y'all think back at the desk?
Thanks, Maddie. This area is going to be between Lake Sully Legacy and Star Trail, so if you live near these areas, make sure to keep a lookout for new construction.
This new district looks very exciting, Braston, and it's definitely going to attract some more families here to Prosper. But one family in Prosper faced an unimaginable challenge. Dylan Mize shares a story of this little girl's courageous journey.
For the Bentley family who had just moved into Prosper looking for a new start, things didn't exactly go as planned.
We had just bought our house up here in Prosper, and we went from a normal family walking through like the punch list of our newly built home to literally going to Children's Hospital, like what we thought was a tummy ache, to your daughter has a large tumor in her abdomen.
At just the age of 3, little Emma had to face a battle that no child should ever have to go through.
My day started out normal and my stomach was really, really upset. So my parents took me to the ER and my dad thought it was just like too much like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's, but it was cancer.
After many months of struggle, Emma finally found out some good news.
When I finally beat it, I walked out of the hospital in my little bunny costume and saw all these signs and just got to come home.
It's always been challenging to kind of reconcile how strong she was with how lucky we were to be at the place that we were with her treatment, with her facility, with her doctors, and everything kind of worked together to give us an outcome that we were really, really thankful for.
Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Dylan Mice.
It is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, which is why we're wearing these ribbons. And if you want to raise awareness, you can donate to St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital at stjude.org.
Emma's story is truly just so remarkable, Callie, and it's good to see that she's thriving and happy. And something else that is thriving is Prosper. Stay tuned, Game Time is next.
Here we go!
Prosper Sports have only been in the winning column this week.
Isabel Moulter is in studio with this week's Sports Game Time update.
Thanks, Bradston. Kicking off with football, our Eagles secured an outstanding 55-17 homecoming win over McKinney Boyd. Offensive MVP of the week went to senior running back Leo Anguiano, who racked up 137 yards and 3 touchdowns. And on the flip side, defensive MVP went to junior linebacker Trevor Ellis, who totaled 6 solo tackles, 2 assists, and 2 tackles for loss. The team will take on Plano East tonight at 7 at Kimbrough Stadium. Now serving up our tennis news, our Eagles swept Princeton on senior night, winning 19-0. This is a great way to celebrate our graduating athletes, and the team will play next on Tuesday against Plano West at 4:30. Jumping into the pool, our boys and girls water polo teams went undefeated this week against the schools from across town, Rock Hill and Walnut Grove. The boys crushed the Blue Hawks 16-5 and the girls 19-2, and then the boys took down the Wildcats 16-10 and the girls 13-1. Both teams will play Flower Mound tonight. Heading over to volleyball, our Lady Eagles came out with 2 wins this week, picking up the win over Allen 3-1 and sweeping Princeton 3-0. Last week, senior Hannah Buford was voted Star Local Media's Athlete of the Week as she recorded triple doubles in the team's recent victories over Rock Hill and Plano. The ladies will play tonight against Plano West at 6:30. And last but not least, our cross-country team will compete in the Jesuit Cross Country Classic tomorrow morning at 7:30 at Prestonwood Polo Club. Now heading back to our courts, Zane Jenhingiri takes a hit on what passion means to our Prosper Eagles.
Passion and strength is what Prosper High School is all about, and that's what this sport does.
I was like literally doing nothing as a kid, and so I did it because my mom signed me up. And then after, I really started to like fall in love with the aspect that I can play by myself. I didn't have to really depend on anybody else to win the point for me. So that's one of the reasons I'm really passionate about it.
I'm standing here at the Prosper Tennis Courts, where these PHS students show us why they play for the Mighty Eagles.
With determination and help from teammates, they turned a competitive sport into a family.
My favorite high school memory with the tennis team was being at districts last year. It was really fun to have all the schools be really competitive with each other and all at the same courts at Allen, and being unified as Prosper and being really loud and cheering for each other was really cool.
Prosper Tennis is the definition of bringing the energy. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Zane Jahangiri.
You can really tell they show out for their sport, and if you want to show up and show out for their next match, it's on October 1st against Plano West at 4:30.
They have put in so much work this year, and it really shows off.
You are so right, Callie. It's going to be exciting to see how they perform the rest of the season.
Well, that's all we have for you today, Eagle Nation. Thank you for letting us tell your stories. Once again, I'm Callie Swick.
And I'm Bradson Swick. Have a great weekend, and go Eagles.